Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul by Jeff Kinney. June, Friday. If there's one thing I've learned from my years of being a kid, it's that you have zero control over your own life. Ever since school let out, I haven't had anything I've needed to do or anywhere I've needed to be. As long as the air conditioning was working and the TV remote had batteries in it, I was all set for a relaxing summer vacation. But then, out of the blue, this happened. Pack your bags, we're going on a road trip. This isn't the first time Mom has sprung a trip on us without any warning. Last year, on the first day of summer, she said we were going upstate for a few days to visit Aunt Loretta at the nursing home. It wasn't exactly my idea of a fun way to kick off the summer. One time, when we visited Aunt Loretta, her roommate grabbed me and wouldn't let go until a staffer gave her a chocolate chip muffin. But Mom was just bluffing about going to the nursing home. At breakfast the next morning, she told us where we were really going. We're going to Disney World! Me and my brother Roderick were happy because we were both dreading spending the first week of summer vacation playing shuffleboard at a nursing home. But when my little brother, Manny, heard about the change in plans, he totally lost it. Mom had talked up Aunt Loretta trip so much that Manny was actually excited about going. We ended up postponing or waiting on our trip to Disney so we could visit Aunt Loretta. You'd think Mom would have learned her lesson about surprise trips after that one. I know exactly where this road trip idea came from because the new issue of Family Frolic magazine came in the mail today. If I had to guess, I'd say 90% of everything we do as a family comes from ideas Mom gets from that magazine. And when I saw the latest issue, I knew it was going to get Mom's wheels turning. Family Frolic, adventure awaits. Take the ultimate road trip. I flipped through Family Frolic a few times, and I have to admit, the pictures always make everything look like a lot of fun. Your perfect family barbecue. Summer's here, and it's time to break out the grill and fill the cooler with drinks. What better way to celebrate the sunshine than a good old-fashioned barbecue? Follow our tips for a day you and your family won't soon forget. But there must be something wrong with our family because when we can never measure up to the ones they show in the magazine. See, Dad is yelling at everybody, and Mom is shooing away the flies with the spatula, and my big brother is spraying everyone with the water guns in the face till we fall over. My pizza's falling on the ground, and my little brother just spilled his drink on the ground again. I guess Mom's not giving up, though. She said this road trip is going to be awesome and that spending a lot of time together in the car will be a bonding experience for the whole family. I tried to talk her into letting us do something normal, like going to a water park for the day, but Mom didn't want to hear it. She said the whole point of this trip is to do things we've never done before and to have authentic or real experiences. I thought Mom would have looped Dad in about her road trip idea, but apparently I was wrong. Because when he got home from work, he seemed just as surprised as us kids. Dad looks a little nervous. Hey, surprise, honey, we're going on a trip. Dad told Mom it was a bad time to be away from work, and he didn't want to use his vacation days unless he absolutely had to. But Mom said there's nothing more important than spending time with your family. And we see Mom is explaining to Dad why this vacation is so important and why he should use his vacation days. Then Dad told Mom he was really hoping to get his boat out on the water this weekend, and if we went on a road trip, he wouldn't be able to. Mom and Dad get along pretty well in general, but the one thing that's guaranteed to cause a fight between them is Dad's boat. A few years ago, Mom sent Dad out to get some milk, but along the way he spotted a boat for sale in someone's yard. How convenient. And before you knew it, the boat was in our driveway. Mom was mad that Dad didn't check with her first because having a boat is a ton of work. But Dad said it was always his dream to own a boat and that we could spend every weekend out on the water as a family. So here Dad is explaining to Mom why having this boat is so important, and they're envisioning or thinking about that they're going to spend every weekend as a family spending quality time together on this boat. Let's see what happens. So Dad got to keep the boat and he seemed really happy. But things went downhill fast. A few days later, some people from the Homeowners Association, the people who sometimes have rules in neighborhoods, knocked on the door. They said there were rules in our neighborhood against having a boat parked in front of your house and told Dad he had to move it to the back. The boat sat in the backyard for the whole summer because Dad was too busy and didn't have time to use it. Then, in the fall, one of Dad's coworkers told him he'd have to winterize the boat to protect it from the cold weather. Dad found out it would cost more to winterize the boat than it cost for him to buy it. So he decided he'd just take his chances. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, when the temperature dropped below freezing, a big crack appeared in the hull. Let's look at that crack. When it started to snow, Dad rolled the boat under the back deck, and it sat there all winter. In the spring, Mom started using it to store all sorts of junk from the house. So now Dad's boat that they were going to be using on the water every weekend for fun family time, he didn't take the time to make the boat last through winter. It's got a big crack, and you can't go on a boat with a crack in it on the water or it will sink. So they are now using it to store all of their family's junk. The next summer, Dad decided he was going to fix the boat. But when he went to pull it out from under the deck, he discovered a family of raccoons living in our old washing machine. Hiss! Whee! The raccoons are hissing and screaming at Dad. Dad called an exterminator, or someone who helps when we have animals or bugs that are in places they don't belong, to get rid of those raccoons. But when he heard how much that was going to cost, he decided to take care of it himself. By then, Manny had heard about the baby raccoons living in the washing machine, and Mom had to step in. The baby raccoons are saying, "Coo!" and Manny really likes them. The boat's been sitting there ever since. I haven't heard any scurrying sounds coming from under the deck in a while, so I'm guessing the raccoons moved out. Today, Mom told Dad he had the whole rest of the summer to get his boat out on the water, and pretty much he gave up after that. Mom said we were going to leave first thing in the morning, so we needed to start packing for the trip. She told everyone to bring the bare essentials, or only what you have to get by, so we could fit everything in the minivan. But by the time we got all of our stuff out in the driveway, it was pretty clear we had a bit of a space problem. All of their stuff is larger than the van. That is definitely a problem. Mom started going through everything and sorting it into two piles, the things we needed and the things that we didn't. Roderick was pretty disappointed when some of his essentials didn't make the cut. So Roderick, who's in a band, thought he was going to take his drum set with them in their van on their vacation. Not a good idea. Mom made me leave a bunch of small stuff behind, which seemed pretty ridiculous considering that Manny's plastic potty was coming along for the ride. Whenever we take a trip that's longer than 15 minutes, Mom brings Manny's potty just in case, but I get really uncomfortable whenever Manny Oh, you see him sitting in between the seats on the potty. Push! Mom wouldn't let me and Roderick take any electronics on the trip, even though they barely take up any space. She's always saying kids these days don't know how to socialize because they've constantly got their noses 2 inches from a screen. But I'll tell you this, when I have kids, I'm gonna let them play with whatever kind of gadget they want. If you ask me, electronics are the key to family happiness. Even after Mom went through every single item in the driveway and cut out all the things we didn't need, there was still way too much to fit in the van. I suggested we rent one of those giant recreational vehicles because we could fit all of our stuff in it and have room to spare. The way I see it, if you want the whole family to get along, everyone needs their own space. And with one of those souped up RVs, we could spend weeks on the road without even bumping into one another. But Mom said RVs are too expensive and they get terrible gas mileage. So that put an end to that idea. Roderick said maybe we could get one of those trailers you tow behind the car, which sounded pretty smart to me. But it was pretty clear. Roderick was imagining the trailer as a sort of mini apartment for himself. So that wasn't going to fly either. Then Dad rang in with his own idea. He said we could solve the whole space issue by just putting the stuff that didn't fit in the van into the boat, which he could tow behind us. Okay, so now we're really thinking and we're trying to solve this problem of space that we have. So maybe they could put all their stuff in a boat and pull it behind the van, like a trailer. I think Mom realized there wasn't really another option, so she caved in. But getting the boat into the driveway was easier said than done. Not only did we have to take all the junk out of the boat, but it turned out there was a tree growing through the bottom. It took 3 hours to get the boat out from under the deck. And let me just say, Mom did not exactly go out of her way to help. So Mom was not crazy about the boat to begin with. She did not think it was a good idea to have the boat. And so she's finding reasons why she can't help with the boat right now. So in our picture, you see that the bigger kids are helping Dad to get all of their things they've had stored in the boat out since they use it as a storage area. And Mom is busy entertaining Manny, blowing bubbles and finding reasons to not help. Do you ever do that? After we got the boat into the driveway, Dad patched up the hole in the bottom and the crack in the hole with some duct tape. I just hope we're not going anywhere near water on this trip, though. How would you feel getting in a boat on the lake with a giant crack in it that is only taped together? No thanks. Because as far as I know, the boat didn't come with any life preservers. Did not come with any life jackets to help them if the boat went under or if they fell out. So here Dad is doing his very best to tape the boat together so that they can go. And that is the end of Friday.